Got ourselves Alistair over for the team 1, ready to go with the unholy squad of Cloudless. No, actually, no. Now the one we're going to be first is going to be Holy Saya instead versus Schweppy is going to be up over on the team 2. We got us Randall as a rogue, we got us as a Griff as assassin, we got us Subtlety, and we got Anthrax also as Assassination with Ben join in. Oh, he's got himself the new set. He's the champion of Kragwa. I love it. Gonna be a slows down onto Holy as the Death Knight summoning up the I was gonna say demonic horde, the undead, the undying horde. Anti-magic shell. Actually, basically anti-magic shell up for Saya, but it is anti-magic shell actually for Sweppy, so I was gonna say Hand of Freedom. I just confused the two. Dome down for Schweppy's trying to see if he can bunker down versus the Paladins. Burst dropping down a quick blind. Grippy hand at the ready. Silence to follow. Saya with a shield of vengeance does not set into that silence long. The Saint actually reduced the silence effect too. Might be a bubble right now to Saya. Not in a great spot, taking a lot of hits. Hold on a second. Whoa! No way, Schweppy's! He just came in with the biggest haymaker and knocked him down. My goodness! Talrion up next, charging in. Does not want to give Schweppy's a chance here. Hit him with a Stormbolt. Big Warbreaker. Hoping to maybe going for a big go here. Blade storming him down. Got himself lots of damage, spinning up little by little into a stun. Interrupted, reflected back, and Schweppy's taking a bit of damage. Big execute one. Charge in with a quick, I think, overpower, if not a mortal strike. Taking him out. Ben is going to be up next. Playing out the Elemental Shaman by the looks of it. Yes, he is. Zandalari with a full Aztec look, champion of Quagma. I love it. Blades him off for Tell, taking a lot of lava bursts back to back. Ben trying to see if he can go for a big Earthshock. Charge into a totem just so he can separate from the guy for just a moment. He got himself the Ice Furies as well as a Root Totem around the corner. Root Totem means even Eye and Tell. It was trying to see if he can hit it. Look at it. It's going to move with him. It's looking at him. The totem has actually got a mind of its own. Ice Fury wants to get interrupted. Gonna be Reflect. Ben no longer has to worry about Reflects. He got himself the big knock and tell right in there. It's so good though. My goodness. Got him some Earth Shocks. Lava Burst. He needs to make sure he gets some Earth Shocks, Frost Shocks to keep the Perma slow onto Tell as well as a Perma Root. Got himself the Guardian Spirits as well. The more damage or healing you do, it's gonna replicate healing to you. It's gonna be a trinket. Got himself Lava Burst. Wall available. Earth Shock up with the Frost Shock to follow. Looking for a bit of a heal. Fear by Tell while he's waiting out. Cannot move right now. Goes into battle stance. He knows he's gonna want to go for big damage. Does he have a stun dome? Big more knockbacks. Does he have a Frost Shock? Into a burrow. Got himself at least a little bit of survivability. Looking to escape out of there. Looking for a heal or two. The more of those he can get, the better. Stun. Does go for a root. Blaze Storm to follow. Ben is just not in a great spot. I think Ben just been had. It's gonna be maybe executes one by Tell. Oh, it does go in, I think, for an overpower. That or a mortal strike at the end. I'm not even sure. Almost looked like a slam. That animation. But I don't think it was. Randall gonna be up next versus Tell. Seeing the banner, backs up out of there. Doesn't want to attack him because if he opens up, Tell's gonna be able to break it. But if he opens up the banner, Tell's gonna be able to stun him. So that banner was actually kind of good for Tell. Does at least separate away. I think the banner still gets some value out of the cheap shot as well as the Garrote. Does not last long at all. Disarm to Randall. Wants to go in for a big go here. Warbreaker out for Tell. Blaze Storm to follow. Got himself at least quite a bit of damage. Randall taking a lot of big hits. Got himself evasion parry up right now for Tell. At least got himself a bit of defense. As long as... Oh! Was that a Death Pact? Or Death Mark? Did you try to Death Mark him just now? I heard like ting ting ting, like rogue daggers getting parried. I think that might have been like a full Death Pact or Death Mark. I keep confusing the two. I confuse Death Pact, Death Mark, and Death Shock him. I don't know why. I guess it's just the name Death in there. Cloak. Does Randall have himself a full go? Because oh no, he still does have a Death Pact. Oh, Death Mark. He still does have himself a big go. That's how the bleed's big for Tell. Warbreaker for a second. Just throw him into the rogue. Got himself in battle stance. Looking to catch up a little bit of healing. Just needs one big execute onto the rogue. Blind to follow. At least the bleeds are gone. So for Tell, that's actually huge. Randall cannot get himself an escape. It's going to be quick charge. Does get himself a cheap shot either way though. Full dots of backup with a shiv onto Tell. And he's still actually taking quite a bit of damage. No longer have himself the Death Mark to double up the bleeds. But it's still not a great situation to be in. Got himself defensive stance. Cannot really get any second wind healing. While the rogue is out and about with the dots still rolling in. He could just go back in and keep the pressure rolling in with that banner. He knows he doesn't want to open up. I think Tell's about to have his dots drop off, so this is where Randall needs to like decide. He goes in to get the bleeds and keep the pressure rolling, or let Tell start recovering second wind, and he's just letting that second wind tick down. That is unfortunate, but maybe the rogue is just waiting until the next dance Randall Blazing for Tell, kind of mosing over towards the eye, should be able to maybe catch it. Randall maybe could have some kind of a play, sap into the eye, but it's going to be a Zerker Rage. Just Tell leap, Tell with a leap, does have himself a step, waiting out for the leap, and try to see if he can get behind Tell immediately into a Stormbolt, got him some potentially big damage. Got himself at least a bit of a setup, disarmament to Tell. SEPSIS, immediate disarmament to Randall, cannot really follow up with damage. Going to be a bleed onto Randall, trying to see if he can slow him down. Big blade storm available while battle stance is up. Potential Randall could just go for a bit of a counter-attack damage into a parry up for Tell. Randall is actually taken down to the dots. The bleeds are a bit more powerful than that of a Rogues, and Tell does end up taking him out. Question is though, does Tell have any more dots on him? Because Anthrax is running in. If Tell still has dots, looks like he does. Sap breaks, so he cannot get second when healing at all. Yet another Garrote is going to be up. Anthrax hit with a stun. That's going to be immediate trinket. Blaze from out for Tell. Got himself reflect. That's going to be a lot of bleed damage. Tell needs to find a way to escape out of these as best as possible. Might have to go for. Does he have Rallying Cry? Does he have anything at all? Fear onto the Rogue? I don't think he can make a play. He needs to heal right now. He needs to heal this moment. Warbreaker, there's just not much you can do. There's just not much you could really do at the end there. Cloudless does go in with a bit of a death pact onto where the Rogue was. Does end up empowering his pet. Cloak of Shadows for the Rogue. Looking to escape this one as soon as possible. Chain, I don't know if the Rogue still has a trinket or not. Does throw in a death call. Cloudless at this point needs to find a way to mitigate whatever's left of these Rogues. You got Anthrax to go through, and then Grifka. That's not going to be easy. Anthrax taking damage back-to-back. Cloak of Shadows, not much you can really do. He committed a lot of it by the looks of it onto Tell. Used the defense to try to escape Cloudless. Wasn't able to get himself a clean set at all. Assassination only got one vanish. Only one of them. Kidney shot onto Cloudless. Does go for a BF. That's going to be AMS. I think Grifka did go in for SEPSIS onto AMS. So I think the damage is gone. Still got himself lots of damage done anyway. Either way, the big burst of Grifka. Death back for Cloudless. Trying to see if he can make some kind of a play. Blind on Grif. Got no health whatsoever. Grifka with advantage. He sees one big global. Does he still have anything? Stun maybe? No, I think it's just over. Does go for the pet stun really short. Into death goes. Hold on a second. Grifka still low. Cloak of Shadows. I think he would have died to the dots. I think he actually would have died to the Deathlight dots if he didn't cloak that. My goodness, he almost brought it back. He did get a cheat death out of the Rogue. So Griff right now does not have a cheat death. Hold on, the team won between Alistair and Jareem. Did he pick up eyes? If he picked up eyes, he should hopefully be able to find the Rogue. Or if anything, dismount, send your pet at him, you'll know exactly where he's at. Got himself some strikes. Big SEPSIS. It's going to be potential lots of damage. Secret technique right after. It's going to be huge hits. Alistair with an AMS trying to see if he can deny the SEPSIS damage. It still is on him. So as soon as AMS falls off, that SEPSIS is still going to do a lot of damage either way though. And Grifka trying to see if he can avoid the guy a little as he got himself all his resources. Grifka get a hit with the chain of eyes, still dotted up though. Is going to go for a cheap shot. Does he have an escape? Does he have any way to fight through him? Got himself an evasion available. Maybe this will be enough right now. It's going to be Alistair with no health at all. Blind last second. Alistair, does he have anything? Down some death pack. Hold on, he got himself at least a little bit of health to work with. Army is still doing a number to Griff. Got himself a vanish. He's still dotted though. He's not dotted. He's got some kind of a debuff on him, but he isn't dotted. That is unfortunate. Alistair should have his death pack clear really soon. That does not have a way out of the next stun. The only thing he can do right now, I think, is try to see if he can get an army onto Griff. Get a stun before the Rogue gets a proper go. That's about it. I think that's all about Alistair can do. Stun by the Rogue, I think he gets it right here. Unless he somehow bungles it up, I think there's just no way around it. Does end up taking him with Jareem, last and left. Does Jareem get to drink it back? Rogue still does not have a cheat death. So for Jareem, this is an opportunity right now. Griff does get himself a bit of a retreat behind the pillar. But he is playing familiar, so it should maybe make it easier for him to keep the Rogue out in the open. Trinket for Jareem, trying to knock the Rogue back out in the open into an ult of time. And that's going to be Griff taking a little bit of touch of the Magi damage, trying to go for a bit of a reset. Does he properly get to the touch of the Magi? Does a bit of a hit. The mate trying to get himself an angle. Missiles getting sent in. Ring of Fire on the corner. Griff does get himself almost a reset gouge right after. Ring of Fire looks like it never committed. And Griff still try to see if he can get himself a bit of that reset as Jareem looking out for the Rogue. Almost hits him with a, Arcane Orb. But that would have went a little bit longer. That would have bowling balled him out in the open. Jareem looking for the guy. No eyes are available. So it's really up to Griff to figure out when he wants to go for an opener. Knows he's going to be Blink. Immediately stunning Jareem as soon as he gets a chance. Does himself SEPSIS. There goes the big SEPSIS. This is really going to take a lot of damage. Jareem, oh my god, your health might need to block. Oh, that is so much damage out of this Rogue. Dude, Subtlety SEPSIS plays are mad. What is going on? It is a mad amount of damage. It's got to be some cheesy, right? That'll just, the damage is just doing a lot. But the man, he's got not a lot left. No more ice block. I don't know if he's got a trinket. I think he just maybe sitting down for food. That or he's sitting down to accept his fate. Jincho a step. Cheap shot by Griff. Trying to see if he can maybe take down Jareem. Knocking him back. Still got himself a little bit of that burst available. Missiles starting to crack through Rogue Ring of Fire. Not going to be able to stop him. Ultra time last second. I don't know if Jeremy got anything left. Blink really early. It's going to be done and done for Griff, I think. For Raj to slow him down. Missiles to follow blind. Griff does end up eating the fire damage. Trying to see if he can backstab him. It goes in eviscerate. There's nothing he can do. This rogue is disgustingly good. That sepsis play he's got going on is mad. The amount of damage that does is just out of this world. How is a subtlety rogue got himself like a poison build going on? Like, what is this, dude? What's happening? How is sepsis becoming good all of a sudden? What is happening?